Hello? Who's this? Oh, sorry, I'm afraid I can't talk right now. No, I'm afraid I don't want your product. Sorry. Bye. Hey guys. It's just a telemarketer calling me. I hate telemarketers. Always trying to sell me products I don't want. I didn't want to talk to him, so I just told him no. But in a polite way. I was polite to him. Hey, are you polite to telemarketers? I'm always polite to telemarketers, but you don't need to waste 30 minutes of your day talking to some telemarketer selling you some useless product or service. Okay, so how was I polite to him? I was polite by saying, I'm afraid. Okay? I didn't just say no. He asked me, do you have time to talk right now? And I didn't just say no. I said, I'm afraid I'm busy right now. I'm afraid I can't talk right now. I'm afraid I don't want your product. Right? So very often in English, we use that phrase, I'm afraid, when we're trying to say no, but we want to be polite. Okay? Now you can't just say, I'm afraid by itself, because that has a different meaning, right? If you say, I'm afraid, that means you're scared, What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of the dark? The dark woods? If you're out in the woods, the word woods means forest. If you're out here in the Canadian wilderness, in the woods at night, and it's dark, I'd be petrified. If you're petrified, that means you're scared. You're very afraid. Actually, the word petrify means if something turns into a rock. Like if wood over a long period of time turns into like a rock. Like, let's say like some wood, right? It's a piece of wood. Like if these trees, right? Let's say a few thousand years or whatever, these trees kind of, I don't know how this works. Have you ever seen petrified wood? Petrified wood is wood that has like turned into a rock. It's hard, like a stone, right? So just making sure I'm not being followed, guys. Now I'm petrified. Petrified means you're scared. You're very scared, right? So like if, let's say we take this little piece of wood here, right? And let's say over a few thousand years, it becomes like a stone, like a hard rock. You could say that's petrified. It's petrified wood. So that's what it means. If you become petrified you're a person, right? You're not a rock. If you become petrified, you become like a rock. You can't become like, you're scared. You're very scared, right? So guys, are you petrified today? Are you petrified to talk to telemarketers? Or are you petrified of saying no to people? Some people don't like, it's hard to say no to people, right? Sometimes you don't really want to, you don't want to be rude to someone. So you say no in kind of a polite way. So that's a phrase you can use. You can say, I'm afraid, okay? But you need to say something else then. You can't just say, I'm afraid. You have to say, I'm afraid I don't. I'm afraid, I'm afraid not. Guys, my phone is playing something. Better shut my phone off. All right, yeah, so you can, like if I ask you, do you like seafood? You can say, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not. Okay? You could say no. I don't like seafood. But that might be a bit rude depending on the situation, right? It's your choice how you want to speak. It's your choice how to kind of gauge the relationship or gauge the situation, right? Is that your friend? Is it is it your boss? Is it an acquaintance? Is it your grandma? Is it a stranger? Is it someone at a restaurant? Right? It's your choice how you which words you want to choose. But very often we're in situations where we want to be a bit polite. And so it's a nice way to say no. You can say, I'm afraid not. Now remember, you can't just say, I'm afraid. That doesn't mean no. If you say, I'm afraid, that means you're scared of something. That is a different meaning. Completely different meaning, right? And so this is kind of a strange way to say no, because really you're not afraid. I'm afraid, guys. I'm afraid of being followed. What are you afraid of? So, you know, sometimes English doesn't make sense. Why would we say I'm afraid when we're not afraid? Like the telemarketer was calling me and asking me if I have time to talk. I'm not afraid of him. But I said I'm afraid I can't talk right now. It's just a weird way to say no. It's a polite way. It's a strange way. English is weird, guys. Give me a like if you also think English is weird. Doesn't make any sense. So, but I want to teach you that that's what it means, okay? I'm afraid. I'm afraid I can't. Right? Are you free on Friday night? Let's go party. Are you free on Friday night? You could say, I'm afraid I'm afraid I'm busy. I'm afraid I'm busy this weekend. Right? That would be a polite way to say no to me, right? I'm afraid I'm allergic to pizza. Is anybody allergic to pizza? You know, if I ask you, hey, would you like to come over for some pizza? You can say, I'm afraid I'm allergic to pizza. I don't know who was allergic to pizza, but you know, there's so many examples you could say, right? Like, hey guys, look at these fall colors. I just want to stop here for a second and look at these. Okay, so right here we've got red, beautiful red leaves and these little berries. These ones are dried out already. These ones are still kind of living. And you've got these yellow flowers. Hey, there's a bee. Look at that bee, guys. You've got kind of like this soft sage green. Just kind of a green you could describe as sage green. You've got kind of your bright green, red, yellow. You know, with the water there. It's just, days like this are, you know, it's just nice. And it's end of summer. We're already in September here. So summer is pretty much over. In Canada, the summer months are June, July, August. Usually in September it starts getting cold. So right now you can see I'm wearing a t-shirt. It's not bad. But probably in 2 or 3 weeks we could get snow. You know, depends on the year. Sometimes it snows in September, sometimes it doesn't. But surely in the next month, maybe, we will get snow. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But guys, let me know, what are some examples that you could use? Write an example down in the comments of I'm afraid. And what would you say after that? I'm afraid I can't. Can you help me? Can you come over and help me move my desk? I'm trying to move it to another room. I can't move it alone. I can't lift the desk by myself. Can you help me move it? You can say, I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid I can't. You know, there's so many examples, but it's a way to say no. right? So let me know what your examples are down in the, down in the comments. It's very often it's followed by the word I, okay? I'm afraid I can't do that. I'm afraid I'm too tired this weekend to hang out. I'm afraid I don't like seafood. Can we choose a different restaurant? Right? So it's very often followed by that. Or if you just want to say no, you can say I'm afraid not. Can you give me your number? I'm afraid not. You could say that. If someone asks you, can you give me your phone number? I'm afraid not. Or no, you could just say, sorry, I don't like giving out my number. Sorry, I don't like giving out my number to strangers. Would you give me your number? You could say, Mark, I like you, but I'm afraid I can't do that. I'm afraid I can't do that. So, guys, anyway, there's your little English lesson for today. Hope you learned something. And remember, this is a way to be polite. It's nice to be polite to people. Like for me, I never say no to people just directly like that. I always kind of like soften it, right? I say something like, I'm afraid I can't, or sorry, I'm busy this weekend, or sorry, I can't, some word that kind of makes it less offensive. It's not good to be offensive when you speak, right? I'm sure in your language it's the same. Guys, look at this cool pathway through this community here. That's awesome. Let's go down this pathway. But that's it for me. I'm done this lesson. Hope you learned something new, and leave your examples down in the comments. As always, guys, I love you so much, and hope you're having a great day. Hope it's nice weather where you are. It's great weather here. It was very smoky for the past few days here in Alberta, but today I can get out and actually breathe a little bit, so that's nice. I'm very thankful for that. What are you thankful for today? Anyway, guys, hope you're staying safe, healthy, and happy, and as always, I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.